It's turning, so it's starting. So I'll tell you when the countdown hits.
Because it shows live on my side.
We are starting. Yep, I think we just started. It didn't give me the countdown, but that's okay.
All right.
So hello, everyone, and welcome to our Wednesday Wisdom with Candace Nystrom, and I am Sherry Weller. And Kim and I are so excited to bring you these weekly interviews with people who have had great success in the network marketing profession. We're interviewing people who not only are near and dear to our heart, but who have been able to kiss corporate goodbye and really find their path in network marketing. So first of all, I just want to welcome you, Candace, and say thank you so much for joining us. Kim and I just absolutely adore you, and you are one of our favorite people. So I'm so happy that you said yes to coming on today.
Thank you. The feeling is mutual. I'm super forever grateful that Arbonne made our paths cross, for sure.
Absolutely. So if you can just share with everyone, what did you do prior to Arbonne? And if you can just kind of take us on your journey before Arbonne and kind of what led you to Arbonne.
Okay, great. So I lived in Arizona at the time. I'm in Oregon now, hence it's snowy today. I was a physical education teacher. I have a degree in exercise science and loved nutrition and fitness, and was pursuing that career. And at the time, after teaching for years, I was ready to start a family and looking for other options that would give me more flexibility. And I had looked at teaching aerobics and a few other things in the fitness world. And at the same time, I was introduced to Arbonne through my sister-in-law at an event. Just focused on, just went for products but learned about the business at that time. And so kind of put a little thought in the back of my head of like, oh, this is something to think about in the future.
So what was kind of the turning point for you to leave a safe corporate environment? Teaching is pretty safe, to really take that leap of faith and start your own business, because that's not really a traditional path for a teacher to jump ship and become an entrepreneur.
No, it's not at all. Although I think looking back, I had a lot of entrepreneurialism in my spirit already. I just didn't realize. I never really liked the parameters of teaching anyways. I didn't like that I had to ask when to take time off and vacation and sick days and be there certain time frames. I was always like, well, this doesn't work for me. That had kind of always been a part of me. And but there was a couple key turning points. One was I've been teaching for a few years, and we had a retirement party for a staff member, and he had been teaching for 30 years. And at that time I had experienced, some of the downside of teaching, the negativity that goes around in the office, the camaraderie, just experiencing these teachers being overworked, underpaid, and exhausted. And so I said with enthusiasm to this teacher, I said, what are you going to do now that you're retiring? And he looked at me and said, I'm going to go work at Target. And I thought he was joking. I'm like, sure. No, what are you really going to do? And I'm expecting all these amazing plans of travel and this. He goes, no, I'm really going to go work at Target. I can't afford to provide for my family. And I just kind of that's when it hit me. I thought, I don't want to do this for 30 years and be negative and struggling for money, and then have to still, at the end of it, go work at Target. And so that's when I kind of thought, there's got to be something else out there. There's got to be another way to design my life. And thankfully, like I said, I'd been introduced to Arbonne already, and had started to kind of realize, I knew the products worked, and that's when I took a closer look at the business. And I think what really made me fully feel confident to leave my job as a teacher is I was able to go to our company's conference, and wasn't fully committed. I was just kind of playing hobby level with the business while I was teaching. But when I went to that conference, I saw the company and what they stood for. And then I saw all the people who had success, and I saw so many different people of all walks of life who had all crazy different kinds of backgrounds. And it just was clear to me. I thought, if they can do it, I can do it. So I think more than anything, it was just my belief in our company and our products, and the business plan. I saw that it was possible. And that really kept with me. I remember going back and saying, I'm going to do this business. I was pregnant with my firstborn at the time, and my really true desire was to be home with her. And that's why I looked at, teaching aerobics and other things that would give me more options to stay home. But I went to my principal and I said, I'm done. I'm not coming back next year. I'm going to do this business. I'm going to stay home with my baby. And she said, what? Those things don't ever work. Please don't quit. Just at least put a year leave of absence in so you get your spot back. And, I knew without a doubt that this would work. So even with all the people around me saying, you're crazy, teaching's an amazing job, you get the summers off, you get this, I was like, no, it might be amazing for you, but I feel trapped. I feel like there's more options out there, and I know this will work. And so, that's really what was the turning point for me. Was I was convinced that there was another option for my family, and I wasn't going to accept no, So
that's awesome. And how many years ago was that?
Oh, let's see, about 16, 17, somewhere.
Okay.
My daughter's about to turn 16, and I did that right before, right before she was born. So, yeah.
Oh, that's great. So, obviously that's what got you excited 16 years ago. And, things have changed so much in 16 years.
Right.
What gets you excited now?
Well, my daughter is still the one that gets me excited because she's watched this business and she cannot wait to turn 18 and do this business with me. So that's been fun, is knowing she's super excited and she's talking to her best friends and getting their moms, starting so we can all go on vacations together. So, so that's one thing for sure. But I think for me, being a part of this company for so long, certainly I've continued to stay excited about the products. Arbonne has continued to offer product upon product upon product that just are super fun and awesome to represent. But the friendships, the culture that has stayed, consistent has been what's super fun and keeps me excited about growing, because I just know what I've been exposed to and had access to as far as the connection and friendships and support, and how that's available to everybody. Just also the culture of what people are looking for. People are looking for more options in their life. And I know without a doubt that this is a solution and what it's done for us. And then with all the amazing things that our company in this industry keeps introducing, I feel like we've made a new discovery almost. Which, in any other job I've had for, a length amount of time, or even hobbies, after a while you kind of hit stagnant and you're kind of just going through the motions. And I am more excited about this company and the direction of my interaction with it than I've ever been. And I was pretty excited when I first got started. So, yeah.
And I'm right with you there. And, just kind of going back to something you said about, your daughter's all excited now. My kids grew up with this too. And one of the things I never realized when I started was just the fact that our kids are watching us, and to be able to set that kind of example for your daughter and be that role model, and to show her at such an early age that my next question is really, what kind of advice do you have for somebody who's considering network marketing as a business, or considering leaving corporate America because they've been jaded, maybe someone in teaching, or maybe someone in a 9-to-5 that, okay, this isn't exactly what I was looking for, but I feel trapped.
Right.
And most people, it's non-conventional to go to network marketing. So what kind of advice would you give to somebody who is considering it as an option?
Yeah. First, I would say be really diligent about the company you choose. Network marketing is a fantastic industry, but they're not all alike. And so be really diligent. Do your homework, ask a lot of questions, so that you're partnering with a company that's going to be there for the long haul and support all the different elements you're looking for. I didn't do that, and I got lucky. I knew Arbonne was awesome as far as product goes, but there's definitely, we are the cream of the crop when it comes to the different companies out there. And I'm so grateful that, I fell into the right place, because there you definitely need to find the right company. The other thing I would say is to just jump all in. I know the tendency is to say, well, I'm going to kind of just, my goal is to get out of corporate or have more freedom, but I don't want to overcommit, or I don't want to, do all this, but go all in. Do whatever the person who is helping you get started says to do it 100%. Because it's going to feel a little overwhelming. Anytime we do something new, you're going to feel a little sense of overwhelm. But I will tell you that the other things you're going to experience are going to be fun, momentum, your business is going to grow. And I feel like that's a way easier way to go about it and start to experience success and get that paycheck quicker. I was able to, leave my job, say, I'm not coming back next year. And I had the ability to go back to that principal and say, yep, you had my year leave of absence. I don't need it anymore. I am 100% quitting, because I had replaced my income and exceeded it doing this business in 1 year while at home with a newborn. But it was because I went all in. And all in usually these kinds of businesses, it's not like you're having 40 hours extra a week by any means. And
Right.
so the extra amount of time it would take for you to go all in is so significant when it comes to down the road, the time you're going to get back. A year later, for me to not ever have to go back to teaching for the rest of my life and continue to make more and more money than I ever would. I would do it all over again, 100 times over, to create that. But I think a lot of times people tend to think, I'm afraid, or whatever their doubts are, and they tippy toe in, and then they have a little bit of success, but, and then it takes longer. And then, just go for it all in and get the life you want faster, because it is possible. And do everything they say to do and keep doing it. You're going to have ups and downs of sometimes it's working and sometimes it doesn't feel like it's working. And the key is to keep going until you get to the part where it's working again. It's like a roller coaster, right? It's climbing up. That part's like, it's not so fun. And then all of a sudden it's down, but then up again. And it's the same in your business. And so new people starting have to remember, when you're doing the up, you might get a little bump of woohoo, and then a long up. You got to keep climbing, because you don't want to give up before you start getting, that fun part. And it will come around if you stick with it.
That's great advice. Thank you so much. And then just to wrap everything up, what would you say has changed the most for you? I mean, I know this business has changed your life completely, but how has it changed since you said yes 16 years ago?
Yeah, it's hard to sum it up, but, just choices, I think, would be probably the biggest thing. Choices in my time, my hobbies, my passions that I get to be a part of, my family, financial choices, all of those things have changed. And it's not to say that had I stayed teaching, things would have been necessarily bad or horrible. But I definitely would have been limited in my options for things. And, that's still the number one thing I hear from other people who want to join this business with me is they are missing out on the choices, the opportunity to be at the kids' events if they want, to do the kinds of things that would be according to their schedule. So yeah, choices and mindset probably have been, to summarize it, so to speak. I mean, certainly it's changed our life financially. By all means, we've had way more access to having, great control and options with our finances that has led to more options, I guess. So, yeah.
Oh, that is awesome. And I am so happy for you. Thank you so much for joining us and for being part of our community. And as I said, I cannot be more thankful to you for saying yes and for being part of our team and for leading from the front, because you are an amazing leader. And I'm so grateful to you and happy to be part of your team.
Oh, I'm grateful you're a part of my team as well. You're an exceptional leader. That's another great benefit of this business. So you get to be around people who are like-minded and people you would not have normally necessarily crossed paths with, and develop friendships and connections that we will have for life. And I treasure your friendship for sure, yours and your sisters as well. And thank you for this opportunity to share with you. And talk to all your people. So I thank you.
Yeah. And we will see you soon, I hope. So
yes.
That's the best thing about this. We do get to connect, live on computer and on internet, but we also get to connect live in person. So I will look forward to giving you a big hug when I see you. So stay warm in Oregon.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
Right. Bye.
Bye.